Hello everyone, I'm a regular anime fan and today I'm going to discuss about One Piece latest chapter 1107 I have been looking for you. So with spoiler warning, let's start. Actually, I have to say that One Piece is on fire, literally. There are so many things going on in the background, going on in this chapter that it's almost overwhelming for us readers. We are waiting for Dory and Broggy and the Giant Warriors for almost more than 1000 chapters and they're finally here. Usopp is on tears. I think his dreams are almost coming true. Everyone is ready to leave. There are also many interesting fights going on in the background, like Zoro versus Lucy or Kizaru versus Sanji. And there's also my favorite moment in this chapter, Luffy punching another celestial dragon. And this one is an elder to boot. Luffy has punched a celestial dragon in like how much chapters long. It has been years since that chapter, but now we're finally seeing him again punching another celestial dragon, and it is my favorite moment in this entire chapter. There are also other things going on, like the pacifistas are busy destroying the marine ships, and the marines are destroying them back. And also, there's Blackbeard's shenanigans going on in the background, and we are waiting for all of this for who knows how long. Let's start finally with the giant warriors are in the egghead and Dory and Groggy are not holding back. The marines are screaming for help, but like they're in shock. The giant high warriors have been disappeared have for who knows how long, like hundreds of years they have been disappeared, but now they are finally here. There are also Kashi and Umio. Usopp is in tears after seeing them. They are like destroying the ship, and he's like, what is saying, my masters. It has a lot of significance to it. Usopp has always wanted to be the brave warrior of sea, and the giant warriors have been his inspiration for long. And finally, when they are here to save them, so he is really overwhelmed by this moment, and he is calling back all other straw hats to leave the island, and it's finally the time. There's also a small flashback for who the giant warriors it has been so long, and Usopp is like, okay, we are not going to, thought we are not going to see them in Elbaf because they are busy fighting in Little Garden, but actually they are here. Then there's also the fight between Zoro and Lucy. Rob Lucy is actually, there was once a time when he used to kick both Zoro and Luffy's ass, but now it's the coin, as the side hasn't flipped. The luck has changed. No, there's no luck because Zoro is actually matching Lucy. I actually expected him to overwhelm Lucy, but somehow Lucy is managing to uh, fight him on even ground. If I have to see the panel, then they both are panting heavily, and Zoro looks like much worse than Lucy. Of course, Lucy is a zone, and he has awakened his fruit, so I have been waiting, expecting him to have more regenerative powers, so it's actually not that out of expectation, but still I actually expected Zoro to overwhelm Lucy. Actually, it doesn't look like it, but I think that Zoro might be holding back. But looking at the panel carefully, it doesn't seem so. I mean, Lucy was fighting Luffy in his Gear 5, and he is pretty much holding his own ground against him. So I think it's fair to say that Lucy kind of can fight Zoro in even ground unless he use his Haki, his Conqueror's Haki. While all these fights are going on inside the Egghead Island, the Marines are facing a great danger and outside the island. The pacifistas are currently bombarding the Marine fleet with their laser beams. There are also the threat of giant warriors going on, but currently the Marines are facing their own weapons. The vice admirals are commanding the ships, the battleships, to fire back, and they are really sad. It seems they're really sad. They have to destroy their own weapons. Then finally, we got to see the moment, see the panel where all of them are there. Luffy in his gear fifth, then there is Saturn, Kuma, the real Kuma, Bonnie, and Vegapunk, Sanji. All of them are there. And here is actually a heartwarming moment when actually I have been looking for you. When Bonnie says to Luffy, I have been looking for you. Luffy says, "Oh, why? I have been always here, and you, what do you, are you looking for me? I am been always here." But then he says, "I." She says that I didn't know that you are Nika. Luffy is like really still oblivious to the point that he is actually the his devil fruit is that of Sun God Nika. He still thinks that it's the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and that's why we're seeing saying that yeah, what do you mean by who is Nika? And then he says that Bronny is in tears and what's with the weak punch. Let's see, let me show you how you actually punch. And then there is finally my favorite moments in the chapter, Luffy punching another celestial dragon, and this time this one is the elder Saturn is being punched twice, like first by Bartholomew Kuma and then again by Luffy. It has been like in chapter 502 we have seen Luffy punching a celestial dragon when Saint Charles like he's being an asshole and Luffy punched him in the face, and that moment was really satisfying. And I had to say that I can't wait to see the real animation by Toei of this moment when Luffy punched Saturn, and the moment he punched, the move he used is really something else. The booming dawn Gatling. It's like there are many different meaning to this booming dawn Gatling. It has been really named after his devil fruit, the representation of his devil fruit, the representation of sun god Nika. I like actually love this panel. The moment he punched the elder Saturn to the ground, it's really like heartwarming and satisfying moment. I can't really express this in words, but it's really satisfying. But after that panel, we are seeing there's another news. I think we might lose Dr. Vegapunk. Ichiro Oda Sensei has really stingy while killing a character, but from this panel we might lose Vegapunk because Vegapunk himself is saying that I'm a doctor and I know if I move I'll die. He's saying that if he moves, he will die. That means his time is near. He thinks that, but we actually didn't know. Oda Sensei has done this before, and he might save Vegapunk somehow later, and we'll find him later. But for this chapter, I think Vegapunk might die. Then there's finally Kizaru versus Sanji, the power of love versus the power of light. And I like this panel again very much. This might be my second favorite panel in this entire chapter. Kizaru was like has been mysterious, unclear, justice type admiral has been for so long. He's has the motto of unclear justice, and here we see that he's really actually again very confused with his role here. When he suits his leisure, Sanji stopped it, and Sanji said that my power of love is actually greater than your power of light. So Kizaru said, "Okay, we have to rewrite the physics books after what you did." It is really happening, and I am saying that if they rewrite physics books, we're doomed. We're really doomed. But that thing aside, there are also many scenes going on behind the back, like the Katrina Devon and Van Auger are finally here. The crew of Blackbeard is in Egghead, and we're like missing them for who knows how long. They have been sneaky in Marineford, and again they're being sneaky here. When Saturn here, I have to say another thing that I noticed this, that Saturn also noticed that Blackbeard is not a normal person, and his crew members are saying that yeah, I know Saturn, I know his name carries it, and it is in lineage that he's not normal, he's special. And because when he asked the Katrina Devon and Vanago, what's your objective here? Then Vanago said, the world. There are so many meanings to that two words that I'm really overwhelmed. I don't know what exactly that does mean, but I have the theory that Blackbeard might want to rule the entire world like Emu is doing now, or similar things, or he want to destroy the entire world. The world has literally many meanings that I can't even fathom. And finally, the chapter ended with Caribou showing himself to us after so many chapters. He has been missing like how much? Like 10 chapters Caribou has been missing. We last saw him with Zoro, and now he is finally going with Blackbeard. Let's say, how do I like this chapter? This chapter is very informative, and we have been looking for so many things that happened in this chapter. And I think this chapter, I can't wait actually to being animated, and this is going to be one of the very overrated chapter after Luffy and Kaido split the sky. Comment me what's your favorite moment in this chapter. You can also like, subscribe, and press the bell notification if you want to get more anime contents like this.